Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Uniswap's Uni token. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right hand corner of the screen. Now let's jump straight into the TA. So taking a look at the daily chart, as you can see, we have a massive green support block that's set up from $4.44 down to $3 and actually $3 on dot. And as you can see, this is the trading range that we had back in 2020. So a lot of altcoins are coming back down to this exact range because you had a little pump into November 2020. You had a retracement back down to December 2020. And from there, you absolutely exploded. So with this explosion, you obviously made a lot of profits, and then you came back down, and in June 2022, you finally retested this level where because once you break above a resistance level, you have to come back down and test it as support. So this is exactly what we're doing over here. We broke above the resistance over here, and now we're coming back down to back test it as support. So this is doing everything it needs to be doing, and no one says we can't come back down and retest it a second time. I personally do own Uniswap, and I'm going to be averaging in to the project even more. I'm going to be getting more tokens. As we all know, once Ethereum somehow, some way tries to decrease the fees and make it usable for everyone, I think projects like Uniswap and all the projects that are actually building and working on the Ethereum blockchain are going to be getting a lot more demand, because people like myself who have been staying away from those exchanges and apps and apps I should say, are going to be coming and flowing into the projects and buying up the tokens, thus creating more demand. So I think this is inevitable at some point. We all know Ethereum is not going anywhere, but right now we have a very good buying opportunity for a strong altcoin like Uniswap. I don't think it lived up to its full potential here in 2020 and 2021 because it got launched I think in October or September 2020. So it barely got into the bull market. Obviously had this nice move to the upside from this November 2020 bottom. It did a 2,400% to the upside, which is obviously really good. You're not going to see those type of gains anywhere else. But I think we can be doing much more than that come the next bull market. So potentially what we could do is set up a Fibonacci retracement. So let's get this swing low that we printed back in, that was June 2022. And let's have that as our swing high, which is the May 2021 all-time high at $44. So taking a look at what we have here, that shouldn't be there. I think that's from an older video or something. We have the 1.618, we have the 1.414, and we have the 1.272 levels. So as you can see, this would be our technical target after breaking above the all-time high. And from the all-time high to the 1.618, that's approximately a 5x, which is doable. If you want to be a bit more conservative, you can go for the 1.414 and take profits over there. That's going to be $128. So that would be a 3x from the previous all-time high price. Now, from where we bottomed out in June to the 1.618, that would be 6,000% to the upside. So that's obviously massive gains. Now, let's take a look at the CoinMarketCap page. So taking a look at Uniswap on CoinMarketCap, obviously it's in the top 20 arguably, because if you discount all the stable coins, which I don't really count into the ranking, it is in the top 20. And you see that the market cap is currently sitting at $3 billion, and people would say, hey, that is quite, that's quite the market cap there. I don't think we're going to be able to do even a 10x from here. But I would say that that's not really accurate, because if there is demand on the Ethereum blockchain, if we are in the peak of the bull market, we can definitely do a 20x from here for Uniswap. So a 20x would put us approximately at $100 or so. So $30 billion market cap is pretty doable for Uniswap in the next bull market. Now you have to pay attention to the supply. So we only have 58% of the supply out in circulation. If we get more tokens, and once we get more tokens added into the circulation from the total supply, that is definitely gonna assist in suppressing the price a bit, but I don't think that's going to be a massive problem. Now, if we take a look at the total value locked, we have $1.1 billion in total locked value, which is a lot. It is a lot. Imagine if the fees go down on the Ethereum blockchain, Uniswap will be used a lot more frequently by a lot more people. And yeah, that's something to keep in mind. So jumping back into the daily RSI here, let's quickly take a look at the daily RSI. So you can see that we have some sort of a symmetrical triangle here playing out. We have some sort of a range, right? We are in some sort of a range, and at some point you're either going to break down and retest the oversold area, or you're going to have a breakout and you're going to retest the overbought area. For example, back in January, we went all the way up here into the overbought, and then we saw this nice move to the downside, and we have this ascending support trend line, which you can also target for potential entries down the line in June. If we have a pullback after the FOMC meeting, you could look at the Y trend line for good entries. This yellow resistance trend line was our previous support, but now we're back testing it as resistance, and we're going to see a pullback from there pretty much. Not a lot to talk about here, because if you take a look at the price action, we pretty much have been consolidating for a year or so. From this June low, we've really been in a sideways channel. Kind of reminds me of Chainlink in a way, because Chainlink has literally been in this sideways channel for more than a year now, like a sideways channel. So a breakout to the upside would be massive once it happens. So you've got this green support block, and you can also see that we have a red support or resistance block, I should say, above us. Now this is something that I would be looking at in August/September, which is when I'm expecting our next bull trap to take place. So we're going to be consolidating here. Maybe we have a little pullback, but after that, we're going to see a massive move to the upside into September, into August, and potentially we could peak out at $13.27. That is where we peaked out in February, and after that in April. The August high is something that we want to break above as well. If you want to be bullish and you think Uniswap is going to do really well this Q3, we could be targeting $16.72.5, and that is only if you're looking to swing trade, or you're looking to take, short to mid-term profits, and you don't want to be holding the tokens long term, which is understandable. Some people don't want to be doing that. You can obviously take profits in this golden pocket between the 0.5 and the 0.618, which is between $12 and $16.50. So just keep that in mind, because we are going to be seeing some sort of a move to the upside. It always happens. We had one move in August, as you can see last year. We take a look at August 2021, we had a very similar thing, and before that we don't have any data because Uniswap wasn't launched at that time in August 2020. So this is something that you want to be paying attention to. Like I said, if you don't have any tokens right now, it's absolutely fine if you want to be dollar cost averaging in right now, even getting some nice amounts. If you want to buy a few hundred tokens, this is definitely the area to do so. Not a financial advice, but from this bear market low, presumable bear market low, we're only up 53%, and not buying in right now just because you think at some point it might be going back down there is not very smart, because what if it doesn't? What if it doesn't and you're missing out on this incredible cheap buying price? Now, if you buy in here, let's say, and it goes even lower, fine, that's what we were hoping for anyway. Just buy more. Just don't buy all in at one price, right? You're not a dummy. Don't buy in at one price. Don't put all your money into one crypto or one stock and buy at one price, because you have to be averaging in just the way you have to be averaging out of that asset once the time comes to the bull market or to selling the asset. So that's a bit of motivational speech for you, but I am definitely going to be getting more Uniswap tokens down the line. And let's quickly jump into the weekly chart. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to mention my Patreon that's linked down below in the description. If you enjoy my content, you want to get more exclusive content, and you want to support me at the same time, definitely feel free to check out the Patreon, because you're going to get a 7-day free access on my Patreon and an instant access to all of my content since October 2021, which is when I started. You'll get access to content like exclusive weekly podcasts, and we're starting to invite guests already. We have 40 plus low cap gem posts. We have a bunch of project reviews. We have a bunch of resources that are going to help you save time and make more money with this upcoming bull market. So this is definitely a great exchange of value for the both of us. And once again, there's a 7-day free trial. Feel free to check it out. You can leave anytime, and let's continue with the video. Taking a look at the weekly chart, as you can see, we are in a symmetrical triangle down here, and there is a good chance we might be heading back down to $4.46 because we obviously broke down from this symmetrical triangle. We're back testing the previous support as resistance, so this could end up taking us down here to $4.46. So if you want to be safe, and just in case this pullback happens once you're asleep or when you're at work and you don't want to miss out on it, feel free to set up some buy limit orders above this area there, because you know you might get filled once you wake up. The price could already be in above your initial entry, because sometimes we have these flash crashes for just a few hours and then we retrace back up, and in the morning you're already in profit, which has happened before, and that's really nice to see. And yeah, that's pretty much everything I have for Uniswap. Not a lot to cover here because there's not a lot going on. We're basically breaking down of a neutral pattern, and our potential level here is $4.46. You can also target the swing low that we printed back in October. That would be sitting at $4.90, so that could be your next level. But I'm just saying that this is really cheap. When you're going to be selling at, let's say, $100 or $150, $120, whatever it may be, you're not going to be thinking about these these cents or these few percent in difference when you were buying in. So it doesn't matter if you bought in $4.46 or if you bought in $4.30. It doesn't really matter. As long as you're selling at $100, you're glad that you bought in. So I would say buying all the way up to $7 and up to $7 roughly, that's going to be your nice buying area here. You can buy everywhere in here. If it goes below, you can buy in here. As long as you think the project is going to be doing well in the future, you can be buying in. The lower it gets, you can even buy more, because you can buy more tokens with less money. So this is the way to approach it, or this is the way I approach it anyway. Let me know if you have any Uniswap. Let me know what are your long-term targets. Let me know what you think about Uniswap v3 launching on Moonbeam as well. That is a very bullish news for the GLMR holders, and we'll talk about that when we have the next update. But thank you all for watching. I'm going to see you in the next update. Take care and stay safe.